It's On the Road with Ray. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm super excited. I'm sitting here today with none other than Bob Madaio with Sharp, and we're at the BTA meeting in wonderful downtown Chicago. And Bob, how's it going, man? How's the BTA meeting going?
It's going well. I love it. First day was full of conversations about marketing, which is right up my alley. I was glad to hear all that, get the dealers moving, and retaining people. It's all about the business side of things. I haven't had a lot of conversations about the ins and out of copier, but dealers talking about growing their business and doing things differently, right up your alley.
Well, you know, Bob, every time I come into your booth, I get so excited because I don't see an MFP there.
Well, and we got to drag you off the Sharp Interactive.
Yeah.
We don't have one. I'm not used to your videos.
Yeah. I see the Sharp Interactive board. I get all excited about that Sharp Interactive board.
We're still going to train you up on that. There's some things you could be doing on it. But we love seeing it on those videos.
Well,
Thank you.
let's talk about this a little bit with that interactive technology. I mean, how is that going through the dealer channel? I mean, are they adapting to it? Are they selling these things?
You know, it's a mix, right? We have some dealers who have excelled at it. Schools, big accounts, finding ways to do it, small conference rooms for smaller customers, and some who are still figuring it out, learning to take it. And what I love at a BTA meeting is obviously lots of Sharp dealers here, some aren't. Anyone who works with IT distribution, even if you're not a Sharp partner, can get out there and sell these displays. So yeah, we're seeing it pick up. We're seeing it, they're learning how to sell a whole office solution or sell a larger value prop into a school. But admittedly, some are still getting there, right? It's a learning curve, and that's why we're at these events, bring the technology and hopefully get people on board.
Well, you know, I'm a big fan of obviously Sharp from the aspect that you have a lot of glass technology.
Yep.
We consume more information behind glass, and every day we consume more behind glass. So I think you're positioned well in the marketplace. But you know, I was recently at a Kia Sierra event, and I was just going to ask you, when is Sharp having their big annual dealer event? Got a date yet?
We're looking at that. In fact, I'd love everyone who's listening, if you're a Sharp dealer, to pencil in April. Think of Las Vegas. You probably have some fun with us. We had a pretty good one last time. I saw Kia Sierra. We've got a lot of friends over there, so they seem to have a nice event. We'll see how we can do in comparison.
Well, you know, I asked Oscar a question as part of the analysts when we were talking with their leaders, and the question was a simple one. You know, today when I looked, Bob, the yen was at its weakest point in 32 years. It was 133.8, which basically means, you know, if you have $10 million worth of back orders, you added about $2.4 million in costs as that goes out the door. I mean, when are we going to see the OEMs really start having to raise their prices, and are the dealers ready for that?
I think everyone is ready for price changes across the industry. I think most of the manufacturers have done that already. You know, everyone does it differently in how they treat established contracts and how we work with dealers. But yeah, I think, you know, frankly, I don't think there's an OEM out there who hasn't done something of a price change. You know, whether it's introduction of new models that are slightly different or going back and changing prices. So, you know, we're working with dealers every day on what makes sense based on the contracts they have, what they're buying. And look, you can't get gas, bread, or anything else without seeing a price increase. I think relative to what we've seen in other markets, the MFP market's been pretty well constrained on how much pricing has changed. But yeah, it's a battle. How much can we take on as a manufacturer, and how much do we have to pass along? So we're doing the best we can. I think so far the market share is showing we're doing okay, and hopefully we don't do anything to screw that up with price or anything else.
Well, you know, the reality of it is, you know, my friends at Kia Sierra, Sharp are two very profitable organizations when you compare to some of the other players in the space. And you can't afford to take a hit on your operating profit. So it is just a reality that our friends have to face, I guess, as we go. And that's why the alternative solutions and services and bundling all that stuff together will help absorb those prices.
Right, and look, you talk about it all the time. So first, we need to work with Japan and see how we can, and our Sharp team there, how we can minimize the impact on dealers, but at the same time, we're stressing, and throughout the whole summer, we're going to be stressing these alternative products. And you mentioned interactive. We got the laptops. Dynabook laptops are down at our booth. If you're selling a small business, do they care what that laptop is? I can tell you what were Toshiba laptops are as good as any you can get.
Sure.
That shouldn't be just for selling a laptop. And you talk about status quo. How do you begin that managed service conversation? Someone has to back that machine up, hopefully. Someone's got to protect it. We're hoping that the dealers at this meeting are looking at that and thinking about how to do that in their business.
Well, they don't have much time to hope anymore. They gotta get out and start having some action.
We're with you there.
But Bob, it's always great talking with my friends at Sharp. I love my interactive board. Is there anything you want to add before we end this?
No, thanks. It's great to see you. We appreciate your use of the board. We hope to see everyone in April at the dealer meeting. We might do some road shows in between there, so just stay tuned. And if you're not a Sharp dealer, let us fix it for you.
Because Bob, everybody watching me knows this: status quo is the killer of all that'll be invented. Don't get stuck in status quo. We'll see y'all later.